Hi everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel, and I'm playing the demo for Death is Sunhaired. This comes from Sajose Jam, which is a jam that just finished earlier this month of February and focuses on the genres of Sojo and Josei, which, if you don't already know, I would assume you do though, because you're here, caters to different types of romance stories, primarily to women of various ages, younger, older, etc. So we're here today to check this out, and I'm really intrigued by the art style. I like the music that's going on here, and we're gonna see where this visual novel takes us. So without further ado, let's get started. Ooh, look at the background. How beautiful. Okay, great. Narrator. The longer you go through this hellish storm, the angrier you get. Your clothing is completely soaked through, the sodden fabric making your arduous journey even harder, impeding your movement while the chill sinks into your bones. Okay, we're coming from a long journey now, and it's been raining and all that. It was a fool's errand to even attempt this, but you have no other choice. Even if you were to turn back, it would take you just as long to get back to the village than it would take to go to your intended destination. Okay, are we going to this? Or is this castle the intended destination? I wonder. I really like the interface also with the flowers and the roses and the thorns. Really cool. And if you were to show your face without any news, if you had to tell them that you simply gave up, the surviving members of the village have forgiven you for so much in your life, but you know that they would never forgive you for that. Okay, we're gonna read out the options. You didn't know if you could survive being someone's wife. Is that why we're here? You never did live up to anyone's expectation of you as a man. Ah, you never fit in at all. Nobody knew how to treat you for it. I believe this is our character can be anyone, which we love. We're gonna go with the first option. You didn't know if you could survive being someone's wife. With your parents long dead in the ground, and your own health also frail, you could have been the heroine of one of those dramatic novels, fainting ever which way. But in a village like you were from, even a sickly orphan girl is meant to pull her weight. You cooked and cleaned and helped manage the household of the family who took you in after your parents' deaths. This alone took up so much of your energy. How would you ever manage to be a mother on top of it? So far, you had turned down every man who had asked for your hand in marriage, but you didn't know how long that would last. You knew that it didn't matter to these husbands whether or not you would survive carrying a child. With your health, going on this journey was a dangerous idea in the first place, even without the storm. But if anyone could have the resources to stop the plague sweeping through the village, it would be the Lord of the land, wouldn't it? Okay, painting us a picture. We're struggling in the village. We ourselves are pulling our weight as best we can. We've refused our character to marry random men in the village just for the sake of doing that. Whether for lack of, well, I'm going to assume lack of interest, but also in general of like who proposing parties are, but also maybe in the institution of marriage and what that would actually mean during this time for this person, especially being a woman, or anyone really, but in this context of what I've chosen. But we're desperate enough that because of this plague that has swept around us and probably sweeping through our village as we speak, we might as well go see if the person who oversees this land is able to help us, and perhaps we would be able to bargain ourselves to plea for resources and aid for such help, which dark, but that's what I'm understanding from this so far. Ooh, wind. A squall of wind hits your chest, nearly making you double over in pain. It takes all the strength you have to keep walking forward. With each movement, the storm intensifies, slowing your movement even further. Okay. Okay. We're almost there. But you will not give up. You can't, no matter what. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, trying to focus on the repetitive motion rather than any of the other sensations around you. You raise one foot, move it forward again, put it back down. Then repeat with the other foot, and again, over and over again. You're so immersed in this feeling that when one foot gets stuck in the mud or on a tree root or something, it completely shocks you. When you fall to the ground, your vision goes completely dark. Oh, here we go. We're on the floor. Something is off when you next come to. You're not laid flat in the mud. You're in a bed, one much softer than the one you're used to. It is comfortable, and comfort is something you've known little of in your life. Feeling it now is simply strange. You are warm in the blankets swaddling you. There is also something cool touching your hands. Who? What? A towel? When you finally open your eyes, you see a man staring down at you, a desperately love-struck expression on his face. Hello, assuming you are the Lord of the Land. Look at your outfit and your character design. How fun. I also really love this background. We're in a room, and I like how the light kind of shines through. I wonder, though, if it's like evening or... It seems like it's evening, but it could also be day. Vasily. Okay, we're just gonna give him my generic... my generic low-pitch voice. Leva. Elizaveta. You're finally awake. I've been waiting for this day to come. It's me, your husband, Vasily. You blink once, twice, 3 times, hoping that things would make sense. They do not. Okay. First of all, your name is... What is my name? We're gonna be Marie today. He doesn't even know your name, yet he's talking as if you've known each other for a long time. You must have me confused with someone else. My name is Marie. Your voice is scratchy in your throat. You just have to hope that he can hear you, because you don't think you can get any louder without straining yourself. I'm sure you must be disappointed, looking for one woman and ending up with another. The man smiles at you as if he had anticipated your reaction. I'm not surprised that you do not remember me. It has been so long. I think even the most devoted wife would lose a few details eventually. Okay. But I know you very well. Your hair, your eyes, your skin. You are her spitting image in all the ways that matter. If you weren't so ill, you would practically be her doppelganger. This man seems to have left reality behind a long time ago. Survival. Okay. Well, you can see that we're sick. So is it us? Should we just play it up? I don't know. I guess we could go really either way with this, obviously. I'm gonna go with play along with his assertion under the pretense, obviously, that we're trying to get help. If we play along with whatever he's saying, he's more likely maybe to send aid to the village rather than insisting that he is wrong. But who knows? Maybe we'll see what happens. Play along with his assertion. You believe that I'm this Elizaveta's reincarnation. I do not believe. I know. You're very confident. I would not be able to stand this life if I were not. Perhaps. But I've come to you about the village, not about me. Vasily looks at you, confused. Village. The one I came from. You do have the title to the land surrounding this building, do you not? Well, yes, but now that you're here, you don't need to worry about that dreadful place anymore, do you? Don't talk about my village like that. I mean, I'm gonna go with don't talk about my village like that. Might seem counterintuitive, but we have a goal. You might not have wanted to take responsibility for it, but it is your village as much as mine, if not more so. Any shortcomings we have can be laid at your feet. You, my dear, have no shortcomings at all, but I do understand what you are trying to say. Vasily looks away from you for a brief moment, as if he's trying to think of how to say something. Okay. Unfortunately, like you, I also have not been in very good health. It has prevented me from carrying out many a lord's required duties, and for that I apologize. Okay? It seems to be serendipity alone which brought you to my side. Perhaps the two of us can recover together, and then I can help your compatriots. You'd be able to help us with the plague. A plague? Yes, many of the townspeople have succumbed to it. Do you know anything about it? I'm not sure. Do you believe the illness you have now is your village's plague? No. I've been ill my whole life. The plague that's been spreading, it starts with a rash in the neck, and I've never had that. I see. If it's something like a rash, then most likely it's being spread by pests, isn't it? Rats and the like. But on the neck, if people were being bitten by rats, wouldn't people get rashes all over? On their hands and arms and legs? I don't know. Suddenly, Vasily raises his voice at you. Do I seem like an expert on rodents to you? Ooh. The sudden commotion causes a squeak to emanate from the other side of the room. In the corner of your eye, you can see a quick movement from under a small table. No? No? No, I can't say that you do. He's rather handsome, actually, although you wouldn't dare to tell him to his face. You fear it would only worsen his affections towards you. He already sees you as his wife, and if she was affectionate towards him... You look like nobility, I suppose. He smiles gently at you. Do I? I'm glad to hear that time hasn't weathered me too badly. When you live such a solitary existence, it's hard to know how other people see you. Vasily looks rather young, not much older than you, but the way he talks makes it seem like he's much older. You suppose even the poorer end of nobility gets to age more gracefully than a peasant. Are you tired, dear? Huh? You felt fine, but now that you think about it, it's a struggle to keep your eyes open. Vasily moves a hand to tuck a lock of your hair behind your ear. You don't have enough strength to bat him away, so you let him. I will return when you're ready. Sleep well. Okay. Sure. If you had been granted one boon in your life, it was that you were almost always blessed with dreamless sleep. You had never been on the grand adventures that other people had experienced in their dreams, but you also never experienced the terrors that could follow you into your waking days. A fair trade, you believed. Yet, on this night, you have a dream. Even as you watch it, you can't tell what it means. There is a figure, a person, a woman probably. Let's see. Maybe it's Elizaveta. She is turned away from you. You can tell that she's wearing a dress, but you cannot make make out any particular details of it, only that it is black, as if she is a widow in mourning. The woman in black does not talk. She simply stands there, unmoving. Finally, her head turns, as if she's getting ready to speak to you. And then you wake up. Ooh, cliffhanger. When you return to the waking world, you try to wipe away the confusion. Look at the room, it's so pretty. I like the patterns and stuff. It's cute. It's just a dream. Most people have dreams. It's normal. But you can't keep the unease away. Why here? And why now? Well, maybe you are her reincarnation. Oh, to be continued. To be continued. Okay, I have lots of questions. That was short, but nonetheless very informative and really set up the premise of the story so far. Yeah, I don't know. I will probably leave it here, even though I can make other choices, and leave that to you all to make your own and see what would happen and see what other dialogue. But I think it's interesting that potentially we are this person, like the reincarnation of this woman from before who was, I'm assuming, I mean, obviously, this person, Vasily's lover, partner, whatever. So yeah, let me know what you think, because I really liked it. The art, the music's fun, the writing, the dialogue is fun. Even though it was short, and it's making me want even more. So we'll have to see when the game dev is going to update us about that. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more playthroughs of visual novels here on my channel. And